Covfefe 8888. Damn it.
I'll never forget when he put that out. I used to read the Daily Cause all the time, and I remember when Cafe that was a real big deal.
He still hasn't explained what that meant. He said, "Oh yeah, they know what everyone knows what it means. The true Americans know what it means.
It means
Nobody to this day
coffee,
can
and
tell
you
me
were
what it
too
means."
dumb to say coffee or type it. That's really it. You had Adderall thumbs and you couldn't type.
Maybe that's the QAnon brand of coffee.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, we already remember we had some great slogans for Hugh Coffee.
Oh,
We did.
Yeah,
Coffee.
yeah. Do you remember? It was like, good God, you'd have to obviously search it in chat, but there was a minute there where we were going off about QAnon brand coffee, like
Hmm.
just making various jokes
I'm
and
sure it's
slights
very
on it.
funny. Yes.
Yeah. So before Rudy Coffee, QAnon was there. They had
Yes,
Chud
Rudy
Coffee already.
Coffee.
No, yeah, but no, this
Ah,
was this was a long time ago. This was way before last year. This
uh-huh.
was before the midterms. I remember that,
Right,
and it
right.
was just one of their many commercial grifts or whatever they were pushing,
Yeah.
and it
Do they have
was
a adrenochrome infused flavor?
Can you imagine how horrible Rudy Coffee would be with that hair dye in it and shit?
Did you see the Kimmel, the Broody?
yes, yes, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, Kimmel's brilliant.
The foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think anybody that.
Well, it's not a French press. What would that be, like a Russian press?
Yeah, it'd definitely be Russian.
Yes.
Russian press.
Absolutely Russian press.
Basically like thumb screws for coffee. Okay.
There you go.
In the Russia, Soviet Russia, coffee press is you.
Exactly.
And no refunds are guaranteed because you know that press won't last more than a couple months.
In Soviet Russia, you just eat coffee grinds and drink boiling water.
Yeah, you just live on frozen fish and Marlboros.
They're in Moscow's in deep shit with floods and all.
Well, oops.
Yep. That's right.
Sucks to suck.
Exactly.
Wow.
And this thing with Putin and kooky Kim Jong Un. Apparently, Kim Jong Un pissed off the South Koreans, and they started shooting at him.
Well, I mean, they were sending over balloons full of poo and trash simultaneously, like 600
Oh
of
yeah, I
them.
remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Like, what do they expect is going to happen, though? Like, does North Korea think they even stand a chance against South Korea, much less the rest of the world?
You know, he's crazy. He's out there. He makes Trump look like Mr. Sanity, and that's a scary thought. So
Yeah, but it's like the only thing that scares me about Kim Jong Un is he can't hit us. Maybe he can hit South Korea, but they've got enough to fight back. But what he can do is he can take out Singapore. And if you don't know,
oh yeah,
1/3 of commerce around the world goes through Singapore.
That's right.
That would triple the world economy if he smacked Singapore.
Yeah, it would.
Like, that's the only thing that scares me about him.
Yeah, no, I agree. And somebody was saying that he and Putin were going to do an October surprise. Well, I'm sorry, I can't see it because Putin's fucked, and Kim Jong Un's crazy as shit, and I just can't see it. I mean, can you see where there'd be an October surprise?
No, I saw the video of Putin visiting North Korea, and he was the bitch in that situation. He was the one begging.
Oh yes.
A hat in hand.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that the North Koreans kicked the Russians out because they got all wound up because the Russians started to come into the room and Kim Jong Un hadn't entered yet, and so the North Koreans all got their panties in a wad and kicked the Russians out until Kim Jong Un arrived.
So hold on, I want to push back a little bit on what Tony just said because he's like, "Oh, Putin was hat in hand." Like, yeah, of course he was, because he knows that's how you deal with a narcissistic personality like Kim Jong Un. Just like what's his name, Moon Jae-in, the president of South Korea, knew that that's how you dealt with him and dealt with him and Trump in the same way. And Putin knew to deal with Trump that exact same way. All you have to do is just be like, "Oh yes, you're the person in control. You're the big strong man, and you will get whatever you want from them."
Yeah, catering to vanity is, I mean, how you not only curry favor with quote-unquote strong men, but also, I mean, it's one of the ways to build a fascist regime is to curry to male vanity.
Yep. 100% machismo. It's one of the 14 points.
And you have to dance like you're jerking off two giraffes. That's, a bonus.
Well, I don't know. Remember, Trump did salute Kim Jong Un, so
He did.
Yes, yeah. One of his generals, I think it was, right?
No, I believe it was. It actually was Kim, but if anybody is in the chat, because I can't tell right now on the stage, if you wish to talk, all you have to do is just simply raise your hand, and yeah, right. No specific topics, no. But feel free to ask questions if you have any.
Yep.
If you have,
ask whatever you want, bring up whatever you want.
If you have any opinions on any of the SCOTUS rulings that have come down, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that domestic abusers can't have firearms. Like, for once, the court actually made a right decision, but I do want to know who the one dissenter was.
Me too.
It was Clarence Thomas.
It was?
Yes.
Oh, you know that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Go figure.
Yep.
Knew it had to be one of either him or Alito.
Yeah.
There's really no other options.
You know it's bad when Alito's voting. You know,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Alito, the avowed fascist, is just like, whoa, that's even too far for me.
Yeah, that's sort of terrifying.
Yeah, that Clarence will still go above and beyond.
This here's God's country.
Mr. Rain.
I guess his what was it? He had a mobile home or some shit that billionaire gave
like
him.
$600,000 motor home. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, it was, it might be worth that now, but it was like $350 back in 2000, and it's like a gigantic 45-foot diesel pusher. Yeah.
They parks in the Walmart parking lot.
Sure, he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely, he does.
He probably has a driver.
Exactly.
Oh my God!
He gets behind the wheel
people.
when the camera crews around in the same way that Trump got behind the wheel of a semi-truck.
Yes. Yes.
He can't drive that thing no more than I can. In fact, I'd probably do a better job.
Me too, and I've never driven one.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I've never driven an 18-wheeler, but I'd probably do better than fucking Trump.
I wouldn't want Trump on the road, thank you very much.
I've never seen him drive a car.
No way.
I mean, I know he drives a golf cart, but that's it. But I've never seen him actually drive a car.
So we were reading Mary Trump's book in the book club, and apparently he did drive, because she was talking about him driving down in like some new sports car he bought.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, wow, that was surprising to me, because it's like, I didn't think he had ever driven in his life.
Once upon a time, amazing.
I would say he used to drive. I would say he hasn't driven in the last 10-ish years since before
Mm-hmm.
president.
Jesus, the
Yeah.
thought of him on the road is a scary thought.
I'll be honest, like, I'm not one of those people who thinks Biden's senile, but the dude's 81 years old. I don't want him driving either.
You know,
No.
I guess he does just fine in his Corvette.
That's-
I have a friend who's 93, and the only reason she's not driving is because she fell and broke her hip, and she can't drive. But she's got the eyes of a bird.
Yeah, see, my grandfather's 95, and he stopped driving about 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And he should have stopped driving about 15 years ago, but he didn't. He finally stopped driving because he turned onto a major road in Fort Collins where he lives, going the wrong way
Oh
because he can
dear.
barely see and he has cataracts. And after that, he was like, "I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna kill somebody or die myself."
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think, when someone gets above 80, you really need to look close about how well they're driving and how well they can drive.
Yeah, no, you've got a really good point. My friend Nancy's an anomaly in many ways, anyway. But yeah, she drove fine up to when she broke her hip and pelvis and what have you. But my mother was one of the worst drivers in the world, and when my sister finally took her keys away, Mom was super pissed. But there was just no way. I mean, she would talk about a brake stomper. Oh my God. Ugh. She was scary.
I say that about my grandfather because, from what my uncle and my mom say, it's like he wasn't good driver when he was 50.
Yeah.
Looking at Biden, he's mentally fine. He's a little physically rigid, and maybe he shouldn't be driving a very fast vehicle anymore. Like,
that's one of my favorite go-tos. Go ahead.
I wonder if he does. I think he mainly gets driven around.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he had done it for the photo ops, like he had gone fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or something, and he was doing some, just flooring it for fun. But I think that's all he was driving.
I think so too. I think so too.
But I love when they call him old. Like, okay, wait, he's old today, but in 5 minutes you're going to tell me that he's also controlling all the courts and everything.
Oh, there you go.
What I love to call it Schrodinger's Biden fallacy, because it's just pick one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Make up your mind.
And it goes beyond just driving. Yeah.
You can still go just fine mentally up into the later years. Noam Chomsky's like, 96? And he's still
really
fine. Yeah, he was born in...
Wow.
I think he was born in 1928.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, I think...
Holy moly.
I know his birthday is December 7th, same day as D-Day, but... or not D-Day, Pearl Harbor. But, yeah, I think... Yeah, so I think he's 95 or 96.
Wow.
Yeah, he's plenty old, and he's still pretty sharp.
Sure. Oh yeah, I mean, with age comes experience, and that's my main thing about Biden is that, he's an old warhorse. He's been in the political arena since he was 29?
Yes, that's a perfect analogy, because you've got a warhorse versus a race.
Yes.
Tricky shit.
Yeah.
But they can only do it on a good day.
Yeah.
The warhorse goes out every fucking day and hauls.
Yeah, exactly. It has the knowledge to back up the hauling. So.
Just a steady pace, and they just keep going. Yeah, see, so.
Oh yeah.
Kind of think, yeah, that's a good analogy.
Thank you. Yeah, Dark Brandon, the warhorse.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when he goes Dark Brandon on those people. What?
That sounds like a great horse name for like Kentucky Derby. Horse.
Dark Brandon? Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I love it when he goes Dark Brandon on the MAGAs and, you know.
Yeah,
They say he's practicing for the debate. I wouldn't be surprised if half that practice is Dark Brandoning it, because
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the way you shut down Trump.
absolutely.
You can't model him.
Absolutely.
You
So,
can try to either let him go and let him talk. Oh, go ahead.
remember when the reporter asked him at the press conference, like, "Oh, Donald Trump says this is all you and it's all political persecution," and all he did was turn around and smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, what do you
Yeah.
have to say about Trump's conviction? And smiled.
Mm-hmm. And you know they don't understand physical gestures, so they're just like, that means he's in on it and he knows. It's like, no, that means he doesn't have to respond to every dumbass
right.
thing that your criminal con man says.
That's right.
Yeah, just because it's important to you doesn't mean the rest of the world agrees.
Oh, that's what they always try to do during like the press conferences with
I know.
Karine Jean-Pierre
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff, and they just keep asking her the dumbest question, and she goes, "I don't have an answer for that. That's too dumb." And they go, "Aha, she doesn't have answers."
Yeah, they're just, you know, they're how do you say, they're grasping at straws. They know they've backed they've backed a loser, and
Narcissistic
now
collapse.
they're in too deep.
They're grasping at paper straws that have been sitting in a cup full of water since yesterday.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. You know, they're too deep. They're in too deep.
I do wish that how do you pronounce her name? Jean-Pierre, her.
Free.
Like, I wish she would push back stronger, because you know, I don't like watching her. Kind of infuriates me, because it's like maybe she shouldn't have this job because she's not talented at public speaking. You know what I mean? Like she's intelligent and all, but she's not at all talented at public speaking. And it's like, that's what you need to do in a job. And you need to be able to snap back with something witty at those dumbasses. Because
absolutely.
Biden's, you know, more than twice her age, and when Steve Douchey was just like, "How bad is your memory?" And he's just like, "So bad I still let you speak." Like, that was a burn. But it's like, she needs to do that. She just needs to not only dismiss him, insult him.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're out. Next.
Yeah, just mock them. Like, that'd be like, you're not worth being taken
yeah,
seriously.
mockery is so important.
Mm-hmm.
It is really important, and that's why you know, I'm all in on that, because, you know, these egotistical authoritarians, the one thing they hate is not being taken seriously. And the more you can mock them and do memes and cartoons and just make fun of them, the Lincoln Project just gets under his skin. He can't handle them at all. And you know, that's what needs to happen. I mean, that's the Achilles heel, is the mockery.
Mm-hmm. Also, so what I've learned pretty much so far is even Republicans is, unless they're like diehard MAGA, that is, but unless you mention, if you mention Project 2025 to them and everything that's in it, it is the silver bullet.
Yes. You know, and then they try and deny it, and you know, we do have an organization of a bunch of people that have, you know, that have coming together to counteract Project 2025.
I like Nate's approach, what he was talking about today.
They try and disconnect Project 2025 from Trump. And I know this because I have MAGA family members, and I have father who's a both sideser, I guess. And I mentioned, Stephen Miller talking about straight up in, internment camps, concentration camps.
Staging grounds.
He's like, I would want to know who exactly said that. And I was like, here you go. Here's the clip. Well, he's not up for any office. And it's just like, Trump said he was going to appoint him attorney general. So, yes, he is. They try and distance the Trump regime from it as much as possible. But it's like, no, it's right there. It's right in your face. This is the man who's going to be attorney general. He is going to have power. He's going to be the highest law enforcement officer in the land. And he wants to put people who are, quote unquote, not just illegals, but dissidents in camps. All right? This is not something to be fucked around with.
That's right.
Anyway,
no, absolutely. It's, I mean, I still talk to people, they're very intelligent, and they don't know what Project 2025 is, and I said, look it up. It's online, and there are short versions, and I sent out to a few people, like bullet sentences, just the main points of Project 2025. And I said, this is serious stuff, and if you vote for anybody but Joe Biden, that's what we're in for. So, just saying.
What are you, Cuban?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like Cubans.
It's just, I'm tired of being told I'm an alarmist. It's like, fuck yes, I'm an alarmist. We need to sound the alarm. We're at that stage where the whistle needs to be blown, the alarm needs to be sounded. We're at the brink of glass in case of the Stalin knock. Fucking.
But we're the alarmists, but they're the ones yelling that the election's been stolen for 3 years, even though it's proven false, and they're the ones still complaining about the economy, even though it's doing great.
And crime, even though it's down, and all that shit.
Yep.
The best part when it comes to the whole, the election is being stolen thing is, you literally have people right now in court as being fake electors. You literally had Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis plead guilty, and yet you still have to keep it up because you just can't deal with the fact that you've been duped.
Captain Terp just asked, have you guys heard Miller say he wants to rescind birthright citizenship?
No,
I think I've heard Trump say it.
I've heard Trump talk about it. I don't think I've heard Stephen Miller say it, although it's not surprising coming from him.
Feel free to come on up,
Trump
Terp.
probably said it because of Stephen Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
But birthright citizenship is the only reason most people in this country are citizens.
Well, hell, we were all immigrants, so,
At one point.
All I have to do is look at my first and last name, and there you go. It's Irish.
Yeah. Mine's Austrian, so it's like, and then my grandparents are Czech or German or Austrian. Yeah. Or Swedish. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, they weren't all from here. Some of them were here before my grandparents' generation. In fact, all of them were, but birthright citizenship is the only reason I'm a citizen.
I mean, the whole thing's so fucking stupid. What does he want to do? Just have a whole new, get rid of everybody and start anew with all the new white babies and
yes,
like Tony Michaels was talking about.
Yes, he
does. How they want to regulate the abortions just to have white babies. So I guess that's their deal.
Just once more, the Fashkant originals. So just look up the Lebensborn program. I mean, it went everything all the way from not only forced eugenics to selective eugenics to also, when the Nazis would invade neighboring countries like Denmark and whatnot, they would kidnap children that they thought looked appropriate and then raise them in Germany. And then after the war, these children were shunned, and it wasn't even their fault.
No.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Kind of
doing.
bullshit.
The Russians are doing.
Kind of bullshit.
Well, the Russians did the same thing, kidnapping all these Ukrainian children.
Yeah, but notice
Same deal.
that they still project being like, it's the Democrats. Da, 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 da.
We've got our resident audio genius, Captain Terp, saying you need to add 6 to 8 dB to your mic. Skip.
Alrighty. Well,
And yeah, he is right. It's a bit hard to hear you. You're a bit quieter than everyone else.
alright, well, I have my, there we go. Let me go ahead and bump that up to in between the good old fashioned -12 to negative
Oh, that
10.
sounds, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds much better.
No need to be discreet, Terp. We respect your opinion on these things.
Nah, Vix, come on up in the stage.
Yeah, you want
Is
to know?
Vix here? Cool.
Nah,
Oh, yeah, she's here.
She's in the
Hold
Twitch
on.
chat.
Great.
There we go. Invite to speak if you want to come on up.
Hey everybody,
Yo.
Hey.
So,
how y'all doing?
hey.
Just hanging out.
Oh, we're good.
We got something cooking.
Talking mess, drinking beer.
Oh, well, fantastic. I'm slurping on this THC vape. I'm feeling
All right.
fantastic, yes. Mhm.
Sounds good. Well, we're just bashing the fash, so
That wasn't my fault.
it's always fun to do.
How come every time I get in trouble, I'm called a fool and an idiot?
Do you know they
But when
never?
you
I
get
don't
in
think
trouble,
any of them.
it's
How
just one of them
happy can
things.
you be
It's
being a
good point,
fascist? You have no sense of humor. You don't smile. Nothing is funny. I mean, unless it's sadistically funny. It's just a miserable way to live.
Well, not when you live in a constant state of victimhood, looking for the next reason to be angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Well,
but
that's the
day's
thing.
gonna-
Yeah.
The day's gonna come when you have that one thing, that makes you kind of an individual that you don't conform on.
Yeah.
That they'll
Yeah.
figure out, or
Yeah.
you'll be found out for, and then you'll be shunned, and everything you know will be flipped upside down. Like
Yep.
that,
Yep. Yep. That's right.
Yeah,
But I don't
I'm-
exactly see Trump
Really
galloping to
conductive.
Rudy's
I'm gonna be
aid.
poor and I better go get changed out of these
No.
rags.
He doesn't give a fuck about him.
So, Bill,
Ugh.
I don't give a fuck about him either. So that's Rudy can go pound sand. Same with Alex Jones. I mean,
Alex
Jesus.
Jones can't afford sand.
Well, I hope not.
Him having to liquidate his house is amazing.
Oh, really?
Good.
Oh, I need to look
Yep.
into all of
Yep.
the things that he liquidated. So just like hearing all 34 guilty counts for the orange, fuck
Fuckwad, yeah.
Wad face. Yeah. Just to hear it.
Yeah, so reading about that is really good with ice cream.
Yeah, that sounds about
Oh, I got Ben and Jerry's in the freezer.
There you go.
Contemplated having it
yeah.
for dinner, but I am a responsible adult.
Pish posh, not in this stream.
I just
F you,
finished
hold
my
for
last
weed.
cupcake.
Oh, yes, atta girl. No shit, you ordered Rudy coffee, Shooby-Doo.
No.
Receipts or it didn't fucking
Really?
happen.
once the shooting starts. Well,
You gave
It's all
him
hair
money.
dye. Ugh.
like I said, we'll see how it looks.
Okay, he says he lies a lot, but to be fair, sir, you also make me giggle a lot. So, I mean, fair's fair. We're all in comedy.
I mean, it'd be hilarious just to have it, but then you're like, I had to give him money.
Oh, I want to get some on eBay, like in like 5 years when it's like $2.
Right
It's
next
like
to
a pack, and it's
the
like
next
like
to
a
the
care
ant.
package almost. It's got like golden shoes and a couple NFT somehow physical cards with like little strips of fabric that have like little bits of shit and ketchup on it. You can tell that it's Trump's. Yeah, on that and like the gold shoes. I already said that. The
The
fucking
hair-
Trump Bible, all the things. I want all the things.
The
Anti-woke
air
water.
treasons.
The air
The
trees.
shoes of the air treasons.
I like how you can just put anti-woke on any product and instantly you can sell it to the rubes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The water they have out is ridiculous.
How about the diapers that they wear to the rallies now? Real men and real women wear diapers?
The cult of cringe never fails.
Nope. I'm sure Trump loves his people parading around, supporting the fact that he wears diapers. I mean, that does a lot for his machismo. So that's fine with me.
I got some anti-woke piss. I can sell them.
I'm making some right now.
In your diaper?
No, I'm whipping them up a batch as we speak.
God bless you. You're still serving your country. Salute you, sir.
Once a patriot, always a patriot.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Vix. Thank you.
Yes.
Like, yeah, we got 2 vets in here.
Yay.
Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
That's about the same. It's hard to rejoice through the pain that, is throbbing and echoing through my body.
Yeah, it's like...
Does the THC help you, Vix?
Oh my God,
With
yes.
that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
so much.
Good.
Especially because one of my conditions is a connective tissue disorder.
Oh, wow.
The more tense I am, the more painful it can be. And with the nerve damage, things get impinged, and then it's just miserable.
Yeah, cold weather is really bad
imagine.
when it comes to the stuff that Vix and I have, because it's like, just, think of an accordion, your body just like, just crunched inwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like, there's nothing between my bones, and they're just rubbing on each other. Like, it feels like gravel in my lower, which is where I have most of my disc loss. That's where most of my degeneration is.
Is there any kind of stretching or yoga that you can do in bed, or anything that could?
Here's the thing. With Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it's a connective tissue disorder, so I have to be careful with my joints and my tendons, because if I overstretch them, I can make them a lot worse.
Yeah,
so I have to be real careful with that. And I've been trying to find out how to solve sciatica with doing the stretching I feel would be necessary, but might be harmful because of my EDS. It's hard finding a bed. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Oh. So I have like a nerve condition and a muscular condition and a skeletal.
I don't know if acupuncture would help. I was doing Japanese acupuncture for a while, where they stay in the room with you and just move the energy around. I don't know if that would help at all.
I don't know. I was offered it by a VA doctor who also told me that my pain was a choice I was making, and that maybe I needed to center my chi. I left there in tears and saw a different provider next time. It did help my grandma. I'm glad it helped some people. I don't feel like it would for me, and because I have that mindset, I feel like it wouldn't be a successful treatment for me. It does give a lot of people relief, and I'm so glad it does. But for me, I have that mental block. I'd just be sitting there tense going, why am I here?
Yeah.
And that's my own goddamn fault, because my own overthinking everything. But
if that would have been the suggestion for me, I'd have kicked him in the fucking shin.
Right?
I wanted to, but my legs hurt so much.
Same.
I just wanted to shout out in the chat, Zuni, also a veteran. So.
Yes, Army.
Thank you for your service.
Army,
come on up.
I think pretty sure Army is what she said.
Yeah.
She'll say.
You got mess to talk? Come on up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen. Here we are.
Okay. Get ready.
Well, I used to have terrible migraines and pain pills. That was it. I didn't want to hear any other crap. I mean, I did do acupuncture, and that did help, but I couldn't always afford it, and so pain pills.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in weed if you can get it where you are. It's cut my opioid use in about half.
Yeah, that was my problem.
That's
I got
fabulous.
real friendly with those.
Yeah, and there's less like physiological and GI effects for me with this, as opposed to the level of narcotics that I was taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like the synthetic THC works wonders for me too.
Well, New Mexico. That's really good.
Yes, Zenny, thanks to the weed gods, it really is. It really is medicine,
Absolutely.
It helps with so many different things.
It does.
And if it's to anybody listening to this, if it's on your ballot, make sure that you read it, you understand it, because they put difficult wording in there to confuse you. Make sure you understand it, you know which way to vote. Vote for it. It helps so many people. It's been such a godsend that I can legally just go down the street, have a short drive. It doesn't hurt me back too much to do a 20-minute trip as opposed to like an hour trip into DC. What a godsend.
Oh, absolutely.
It helps people like me that are stuck in my bed 24/7 that can only afford the energy to maybe do a 10-minute trip down the road. I mean, it's a gift.
Yeah, let's go.
Regulate it, tax it, make sure it's safe, and go for it.
It's on the ballot this year in Florida, and I think that's going to bring a lot of people out that wouldn't normally be out.
Yes.
We made it in Florida because of it.
And it's just been fixed. It's not scheduled the same anymore federally.
Also,
which is a big help.
I want to say, so weed is on the ballot in Florida, and so is abortion, and that's going to bring a lot of people out. So I think when they call Florida this year for Biden, if he wins it, which I think he might, that's going to be the trigger moment where they freak the fuck out, like last year or last time we called Arizona, and they all freaked the fuck out. Like, oh no, fuck!
Yeah, there's been some good signs in Florida. One of the harbingers has been, I think, Jacksonville, one of the larger cities, flipped to Democrat for the first time in fucking fact check me, guys. I'm high. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
Bazillion years. It's been a long, long time since there was a Dem in that seat.
Yeah, and things are going to start getting better. And if you're in Florida and things are starting to get better where you are, post about it. Tag thank a Democrat or vote blue or something. Put the word out there. We need to hear the good news just as much as we need to hear the shady fucking shit that the GOP is up to.
Absolutely. My family's all blue, so cool.
So we were talking earlier about Bobo here in Colorado. I don't know, what do you guys think the chances are? Her primary is in 4 days. It looks like she's ahead. And I'll tell you from personal experience, I grew up in Colorado's 4th. If she wins the primary, she will win the general. That's just my experience living in that district.
Because it's that red.
It's very red. It's rural. Very religious people out there. Yeah.
She has name recognition, and people barely pay attention, and we're the fucking weirdos. So.
And yeah, that's.
I've heard her name. She's been in there for a while. I think she must be good at her job. Check the thing. No.
Got a hand job from her in the theater a few years ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she just gets. I think there's a lot of money behind her, and you know, the only thing with McCorkle is if he can really convince people that he will help them, you know, with the ranchers and farmers and what have you, because all she does is she's just a fuck up, you know. All she does is sit there and make noise in the frickin' house chamber. She's useless.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
and she spends her time on stages at Christian
Yes,
churches,
being
and
a fake Christian. Yes, doing a fake
mhm.
Christian chase
Oh, and her
Jesus. Yeah.
podcast, her new podcast. I don't. Is that still happening?
Bible
Did
drag.
The
it
what?
die already?
What?
Susan?
Started a podcast for a while.
Sorry, we got someone else jumped on stage. What's up, Susan?
Hello, Susan.
And I feel bad. I want all of this over because I can't handle it no more.
No.
Hang
Well,
in there. November's around the corner.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But that asshole won't go away. Why won't he just eat it?
I
Because
wish he would
I
go
know,
away.
right? I really wanted to say this week because Donald Sutherland died. Like, dude, Reaper, you took the wrong Donald. Like,
That's right. You did took the wrong Donald.
He needs to eat it. Ron needs to eat it fast.
mm-hmm.
I wish he'd just choke on it. His fucking you know, chicken delights or whatever the goddamn hell he eats.
well, you
And
can
his
hope for that,
and his
but
hamburgers.
a far more practical use of your time and energy would be to ensure that you tell 3 people a day about Project 2025.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
Man, I love you guys. I just wish I was more computer smart. I'm sorry.
It sounds like
Well,
you're
you
doing a
should see
good
some
job of it now.
shenanigans I do.
I'm only going to be 63 in October, and I need 2 more years until I can get till I get my Medicare, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hear my parents say.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if you know or not, but
And Sunny, it's nice to see you too. I like your name.
there's not only this chat going on, but also I'm playing a game on Twitch at the same time if you wish to see what's going on.
Yeah, I posted it a minute ago. I'll post it again. Hold on. And there you go. So you can see what's going on
You
over
can see
this
me
and what's being recorded.
robbing a bank in the Old West.
Yep.
Oh good.
So, did you have any questions specifically, Susan? Or?
No, I'm just glad that I could get here. I mean, I'm so stupid with the damn phone and computers.
Well, you seem to have managed to successfully enter the program.
So you made it.
And Vincent is one of my neighbors in Houston.
Oh, you live in Houston? I love playing at the Continental Club. I played at Big Top as well, Rudyard's as well.
Yeah, we're kind of like neighbors. I live south of Houston. I live in Rosharon, near Missouri City.
Right on.
So I'm just hoping they don't do anything funny in Harris County.
Yeah.
Is that the one that has Houston in it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Paxton's going to flush some votes if he can get away with it.
Can you spell that for me? Because I've heard like 3 different ways that's pronounced, and it's like, is it Harris? Is it Paris? Is it like, what is that?
Like Harris. Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you. Like, because like I didn't know. I've heard like several different ways, and it's like, which one's right? Okay, someone spelled it Harris. Okay, H-A-R-I. Yeah, H-A-R-I. Okay, thank you, Vix. Like,
Yeah, like Kamala Harris.
okay, yeah, because I'm not from Texas. I'm Colorado boy, so I don't know this stuff.
Oh, you lucky person.
Yeah.
Kidnap me and bring me up there.
Boulder, Colorado. It's real nice
Yeah.
up here.
I
Yeah.
like snow. I like ice. I prefer cool weather now. I don't like this heat anymore.
All right.
Well,
Where
it's,
do you? Oh, you're
Let's see if I can light every
it's
fuse.
86 right now, so you might not like it here now.
Yeah, New
Yeah, but you
Mexico is
have
kind
that
of hot
air from the
too.
mountains come down at night, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
All we have is this humidity from the Gulf of Mexico.
I've visited Texas several times. There's some nice parts. There's some parts I want to never go back to. You know,
Right.
like Fredericksburg, San Antonio are just beautiful. I love that area. But like Houston and some of Dallas, it's like, you know, I could never go back there and be happy with it.
Yep.
I had my times in Austin. I lived outside of Austin, and
Austin, pretty, yeah.
Well, I caught it right at the tail end, before it stopped being good. Right before they, right before they demolished Flipnotics, pretty much.
Too big though.
Can you tell me what that is? Like, what is?
What, Flipnotics? It was like a legendary coffee house where it was just a raw space where like a lot of really good stuff happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Asylum Street Spankers would play there a lot, you know, I mean, just that kind of thing. Just like a really, really good place.
And Corpus Christi apparently is underwater right now, so.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. There's some flooding.
Yeah, because we had Alberto.
Alberto, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Global warming is real. When it floods around here, the snakes come out, and we have fish that come out of the Brazos River. I mean, it's not a picnic living out here in the country.
Oh, dick shot.
Yep. Sure was.
Yep. Y'all have a good night, okay?
Have a great night yourself.
Talking with you.
Y'all take care.
You too.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, hold on, I'll just take you up the stairs, no problem.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions, stuff they want to talk about? Go ahead and raise your hand.
No, I'm enjoying just going with the flow here.
I'm just trying to escape this town.
Yeah. Don't light yourself on fire in front of the church again.
Oh my god, dude, that shit was legendary, y'all.
That was this town, I remember.
Yeah, it was right there. It was right there at that sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
It was astounding.
It's like the first time I was on stream with you. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, hey, Joy. We're live inside of the stage on the Discord. If you want to join, you're welcome.
Yeah, Joy, if you wanted to say a few things, we're on the Discord. You can jump in, raise your hand in the stage, we'll bring you up.
Talk all kinds of mess.
Okay, she said in a few minutes.
Cool.
Right. Nice.
Well, Skip, I looked on your, Twitch, Skip, and I was looking at some of your, the music, and it was a lot of fun watching you play your guitar and all that.
Thank you.
So you got a great band.
They
absolutely.
they never mess up. It's amazing.
Now, do you have a band in Germany? Or?
I don't. I just play on Twitch to my records that I've made in America. So that's why I said the band is great, because the rhythm section never fucks up. It's outstanding.
Yeah, they're really good.
Well, that's just kind of a joke because I'm playing along to recordings.
Oh. No, but it is. I enjoyed watching.
But I mean, those were
it,
that's actually recorded in the studio. I played on Holy Smokes. I played every single instrument on the record, I did the recording, mixing, and mastering, and
What was that?
I did pretty much everything except for take the photo of myself.
Nice.
But everything else I did for that record, that was the newest one that came out right before COVID, and then subsequently COVID ruined my career.
Yep, well...
But it's okay because, you know, it led me to where my life is now currently with you crazy kids and my amazing wife.
Yeah.
How old is the Discord? When was it formed?
A little while back.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've only been here since the end of last August. But, I mean, it was way before I got here.
Wow. Well, I've only known about Tony for 2 years when Gabe was still with, you know, on the show with him.
Yeah. See, I've been watching since last July. It was like a month after I started watching. I was like, I should finally join the Discord, you know? Like, so I did. But
Yes.
You know.
Exactly.
Island of Misfit
I came
Toys.
Good, Skip.
I said Island of Misfit Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I came to Tony's show because I watched Hal. For some reason, YouTube decided that I would like Tony because I liked Hal. And
yeah.
I also had seen him on Hal's program, so I was like, oh yeah, this motherfucker. And I click on him. And then I start watching, chatting with people, and yeah, that's how that happened.
Me too. That's how I got to know Tony. It's through Hal's show.
Yeah. You know, I saw him on there a couple of times, and yeah, Hal. So when Hal covered Trump announcing his campaign, you know, just after he got indicted the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, and he covered him announcing his campaign. It's like one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
Oh, wasn't it though? He locked everybody in Mar-a-Lago.
That stream was just so goddamn funny. Just ripping on Trump the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I started watching him, and then they turned me on to Tony. So. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went with me too. You know, Hal, and then Tony, and then I watched, you know, all the J6 hearings, and Tony was a big deal helping getting that all rigged up. So.
Yeah, with Midas. I was never a huge Midas fan. I still watch some stuff they'll cover.
Yeah.
That's important, but for the most part, I don't watch them. It's kind of like Young Turks, you know? I never was really a watcher of them, but they led me to other people.
They have decent people on their channel, like Rashad Ritchie.
Rashad, like Kyle Klinsky was on there. He actually was a contributor to them at some point. And, you know, so there's several people that led me to them. Of course, the other one was Jimmy Dore, which, you know, he's gone. Well, we've seen what's happened.
Jimmy Doorknob?
Dude, where Jimmy Dore went to the...
I used to watch him in, like, 2016 to 2018. Then I slowed down. And then when he got to the pandemic and he just went fucking insane, I was like, okay, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, him and Russell Brand both got that crazy COVID grifter money. And I think that, personally, where all of a sudden Jimmy Dore dropped off, I think Roland Martin picked up. I love Roland Martin.
When was it? Did you say? Sorry, Skip. So when exactly was when Jimmy Dore dropped off?
When he started losing his mind, you know, like you said, around COVID time. But then, like, who ended up really picking that slack up, I think, was Roland Martin.
Yeah. Well, and Tim Pool. It picked up the right-wingers.
No, well, I'm saying Roland Martin picked up from the left where he left off and grabbed a new voice of sanity. I really like Roland Martin.
Yeah. I haven't watched much of his stuff.
He's awesome.
But
he doesn't let people get away with lies on his show. The moment that they start lying, he cuts them off right there and then pulls up the information on his iPad.
That's why I like Rashad Ritchie. He knows his shit,
Mm-hmm.
and if someone starts lying, he's just like, "Hold on, sir. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on. You just lied. I'm not going to let that go.
Yeah.
We're going to go
Good.
back to that, and we're going to talk about it." Like, and
Good.
Like gish
I
galloping
really
does not
respect
work.
that. I
They all
really
depend
like a
on
lot
that.
of his coverage.
They all depend on
That
that
and
gish
Rashad
gallop.
Ritchie, super critical of the police.
Uh-huh.
So am I. So, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, after this, it's happened to all the black people. Um, George Floyd and everybody. It's just like Jesus Christ. There's a song by Pearl Jam called "Policeman," and Eddie Vedder starts out with, "He won the lottery when he was born," and it was about the cop, and you could just tell he was born white, and so he became a cop, and he could do anything he fucking wanted.
I believe that was off the
That's off their
Versus record,
second
if I'm not
release.
mistaken.
What?
I believe that was off of the Versus record, if I'm not mistaken.
It was yeah. Not 10, but Versus, yeah. It was off Versus.
Yeah, see, I've got a story about that when, in 2020, I went to Denver to see what was going on in the George Floyd protests. I saw the cops driving around in unmarked vehicles with pepper ball guns.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
didn't shoot at me, but then a friend of mine from high school, he lived in Denver, and he was walking around, and they shot at him.
Yeah,
And
there
it's
was
just
videos
like,
of
wait,
it.
what is the difference between me and him? What is the one difference between me and him why they would shoot at him and not me? Can anybody guess?
Black.
Yep. He was black. He is black. I mean, he's not dead. He's still alive. Like, he's black. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing
yeah.
videos of that, and the cops just like laughing, and then, it was right before when Trump gassed all those cats, and then I held the upside down Bible, and it was at that moment that I said that fascism, because what happened is after he did that, there was like cops lined on both sides, and he walked through. And I was like, fascism has hit America officially. And it was being...
Did you see what happened in Georgia, though, when they were doing that? It was in Atlanta, when they were going around pepperballing people in unmarked cars.
I didn't remember that in Georgia. I remember it in Colorado.
There was a veteran who, he hears gunshots, he feels himself getting hit. What do you think he does? He pulls his weapon, starts lighting them up.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Of course that's going to happen. And then, of course, they have no problem identifying themselves as police officers, and they get out and arrest him and beat him up, and, and he won that case, but it's like, really? Why were you doing that? Why were you going around in unmarked vehicles just randomly pepperballing people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
But, I don't know what they were expecting to happen in the United States, where almost everybody has guns. You see a drive-by, you hear gunshots, you feel yourself get hit. You're firing back. That's what's happening.
Yep.
I don't know why they were expecting any different, or maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just setting people up for that. I don't know.
Could be.
It's hard to say.
I just, I'm glad we're having this talk. Let's put it that way, because there are days when I just feel like I just have to get my mojo going, and some days it's not easy. So this is great.
It's good to find your tribe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I found mine for sure.
It's rough nowadays. We were talking about this earlier amongst ourselves, where it's just like, even the most stable and sane of us, when we get bombarded again and again by just right-wing lies, the fire hose of it.
Yes.
It's tough to take, man. It really is.
It is tough to take. It is tough. I mean, I'm lucky my phone hasn't gone through the window. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that, but I mean, you just get so fucking.
Well,
I do a lot of exercising, and that's what helps me, keep my shit together.
I really used to have a lot more frustration until they started giving me the rope, if you know what I mean, because we had to just give them enough rope for them to hang themselves with. So all I have to do every day is just look at the bullshit that they're spinning and then look just into the past and go, and here's that debunked into a video, and out we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it was just a matter of being able to go through the initial gaslighting period without losing your ever-loving shit, because now we have the wind. Now we have the wind at our back. There's a Project 2025 commission happening in Congress.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I get my catharsis out of, I do a lot of martial arts, and I literally get to beat the shit out of a lot of people. So that helps. That does help.
Pretend they're Trump or Johnson or whoever.
Well, some of them are Trumpers. Some of them are Trumpers,
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But, I don't really want it to have to come to that,
Right.
I don't want to see this country devolve into a...
That.
No.
Oh, what do you call it? Just chaotic...
No.
Just
terrorism.
100% binary tribalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I don't either. When Trump was elected, I was had a job helping my neighbors with their horses, and I've got to tell you guys, the horses kept me from running to the nearest liquor store, because I'm a recovering alcoholic. And they really were supportive of me, and horses being horses, they're prey animals, so they see things, they don't see things the way we do. Their whole thing's about safety. So if they spook or whatever, then my job was to let them know, you're safe here, you're cool, we're good, and really, pay attention, let them know that you really see them, and they reciprocate in hundreds of percent. So they really kept me sane during those 4 years.
Yeah.
Now the people left town and got divorced, so
So
no horses right now.
You said most of your family is blue. Do you have MAGA relatives? I'm asking.
Unfortunately, yes, I do. My father's side of the family is definitely MAGA, and I have my cousin on my mom's side. My cousin Louisa is Democrat, and her brother is definitely Trumper. In my immediate family, they're all blue. They're not really into talking politics, which so I have to kind of know how to dance with it. When they're ready to talk about it, I do it, because they know that I'm very into it. But I learned with them that you don't want to turn them off, because then you're not accomplishing anything. So you sort of, when they open the door, you come in and do what you need to do, and talk about what you need to talk about, or if they have questions or whatever. But I think we all have a MAGA in. I think anybody I know has a MAGA in their family.
Yeah. So in my immediate family,
sorry, Godfrey. I was going to say,
in my immediate family, I don't have MAGAs, because like my dad's kind of a both sideser, and my brother's an anarchist who doesn't give a fuck about politics. But my mom's side of the family is all right wing. Every last one of them. My grandfather listened to Rush Limbaugh for his entire career. My cousin is a cop and a MAGA chud, and it's just all the way down the line on that side of the family. They're complete. And so it's like with them, when they bring something up, it's full on go for the carotid, try to kill. Like if my dad talks about something, because he will at least look at everything.
Yeah.
I'm a little, I'm much tamer with how I talk to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but that side of the family, it's like, oh, you want to bring up bullshit? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'll make you look stupid right in front of everybody, whether it counts or not, because everybody there is also a MAGA, so,
They're all going to learn a little something today. I was going to say, I said they were all going to learn a little something that day. I said, okay, A, hi, I don't think I've spoken to you before. It's nice to meet you. And B, well, the thing is there's a lot of us who we felt like we were sort of swimming in an ocean alone. Because, I mean, a lot of us do have those MAGA types in our life that we've seen become poisoned by lies and rhetoric. But the one thing is, as you were saying, if you try to, push back against a cult too much, they'll retreat. What we've learned is the silver bullet for this is the fact-laden question.
This don't look so good.
Godfrey, can you give an example of that as I'm sitting here trying to navigate around this cavern? Okay, let's see here.
Based on what?
Let's see here. Let's just use a plain example, okay? When people start talking about Nancy Pelosi, she didn't have 10,000 guards sent for J6 because this is Trump's cheap excuse to gaslight everybody. You simply say, you realize that Chris Miller, under oath, said completely different, right? You see what we just did there?
See, so like I did that recently with the Hunter Biden laptop. It's like, oh, so was there evidence on the Hunter Biden laptop used to convict him in court? Was there? Did you know that Lev Parnas testified before the J6 Commission that they farmed all that shit up?
You do know that he testified under oath, right?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, there was information that was allegedly on the Hunter laptop that was used to convict him, but it was in the public domain at the time, and Hunter Biden had already admitted that was, hacked from his email. That was authentic.
See, MAGA will never accept any conclusion they don't come to themselves. See, I wasn't paying attention. I just ruined the mission.
You do know that none of those court cases made it to trial because they had no evidence of fraud during the 2020 election.
You see how that works? You ask them the question, but you also give them the information simultaneously.
Yeah. You do realize he lost 59 court cases trying to prove election fraud, right?
Yep.
And time again, I've seen them double down on the lie and just admit that, I still believe the lie.
Yeah, well, they'll say, oh, he lost those because of blah, blah. He lost them because of standing. It's like, they never looked at the evidence. Like, if he lost because of standing, it means they looked at the evidence in the initial complaint and decided that it wasn't standing. Either the remedy that they asked for was far beyond what they even claimed happened, or they couldn't even prove what they claimed happened. Like, that's what lost by standing means.
Right. Exactly. Well, I'll never forget when they all freaked out when Hunter showed up, remember, with his lawyers in the chamber, and all the MAGA Congress people freaked out because he called their bluff.
And they still didn't let him testify, and they still acted like he didn't show up in the same way that they just completely ignored the evidence of Jim Jordan when they put Garland in contempt. One thing I did
sat there and screamed at him like, "You're not going to defend yourself. Why won't you say anything?" Even though every one of them knows the rules of Congress.
Yes.
And if Hunter Biden said anything, it would immediately, Jim Jordan would pound the gavel. The gallery is out of order. Remove that man.
Yep. I mean,
exactly.
And they would make it Hunter Biden removed from Congress. Like, They know that. They absolutely know that.
Absolutely.
What I really enjoyed was Nancy Mace being like, "You are the prime example of white privilege."
God.
And it's like, oh, so you admit white privilege exists. Thanks, Nancy Mace.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, she's such an asshole. And then she goes, "Well, can a woman talk?" And she throws the whole thing there. Woman victim and
instantly.
white victim.
Instantly. Yeah, it's just the thing to do. It's what the fash does.
Yeah, and I think Jamie Raskin, or who was it, Jared Moskowitz, was one of them, just shut that down.
I love Moskowitz.
They shut it down perfectly, though, because they're just like, yeah, well, I interrupted Comer, and he's not a woman, so I don't think that matters to me. I forgot who said that, but it was good.
It was Moskowitz. He's classic. I mean, he even said, "Okay, let's go and impeach Joe Biden."
Yeah, I'll call the vote right now. You second it.
Yeah. Yep.
He literally moved for it, and they wouldn't do it.
Nope. And when Hunter Biden when he walked out, when Marjorie Taylor Greene Marjorie Trainwreck Greene started to speak, and he just took his
got
lawyers
up and walked
said,
out.
"Okay, fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah. Why?
Oh, he's afraid of a woman. No, he can't answer. Like
when Raskin started just naming off all the countries Trump can't travel to.
That was Swalwell.
Swalwell, but yeah.
Swalwell, yeah. That was classic.
Brutal.
The best part was eventually the gavel started pounding in time with the words, and I was half tempted to start making like a techno beat out of it, and then
he just
exactly.
I love that he just didn't stop. He's just like, I know they're gonna try and interrupt me, so he just focused in and just read them off. Like, nope, I'm gonna keep going. And I've been saying that they need to do that from basically since remember when Elizabeth Warren got knocked off when she was reading the letter from Birmingham jail? I was just like, dude, no, what she needs to do is keep reading until they physically remove her, and then the next person to speak comes up and keeps reading it. You don't fucking stop. You don't let them do that.
Right.
And it's like, and that's what Swalwell did. It's like, no, you're not doing that. Fuck you. No.
The thing is they want.
We got a lot of good Dems in Congress. Jasmine Crockett.
What the fuck is going on in the distance?
Oh yeah.
Just fucking manic deer.
You've got some epileptic bushes, man. guys see that? It's like, what the hell?
What in the fuck?
What are you on your game?
Yeah, we're talking about the game. There's just some weird artifacts going on.
Yeah, there was some glitch going on where
epilepsy. And
it was a deer. It was like It was like Bambi's mother, doing the Zappa freak out.
Right. Oh shit. So who else? We got a bunch of people in it. Anybody else have another topic? Anything else they would like to talk about?
The fact that they got Roger Stone on tape giving the game away. It's pretty fucking dope. Pretty dope.
Yep.
Well, I think Judge Cannon's in a world of shit because she's got those judges that it's come out that they told her to recuse herself and she didn't.
Every single thing that has been done in the dark is coming to the light.
Wait, which judges told her? Her 11th Circuit? Wait, is she 11th Circuit?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was 11th Circuit. It was judges. I'm not really. That's a good question.
Yeah, it was a couple different federal judges who actually gave the opinion to her. What the fuck? Why do I keep abandoning my dude? Apparently. Anyway, sorry.
Are the Bushes still freaking out?
No. Apparently, I abandoned my friend. Sure.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
Oh, manic deer.
Yes.
But Lauren Windsor's doing God's work.
She sure is, isn't she?
Love that woman. Mm-hmm.
Man. Well, she nailed she she nailed Adolf Alito and Stone.
See, one of the things I made that one clip that said that she's the perfect example of the embodiment of white Christian nationalism, because not only does she use the Bible to justify her bigotry, but then immediately then is like, you know, her bigotry is like, I don't want to see the pride flag across the lagoon, etc., etc. But then, like, some gal named Kat's walking away, and she's like, bye, Kat, meow. She's a bad girl. Now, I'm sorry, the way that she said that sounded like a bisexual swinger to me.
Oh, I have some great advice for Miss Alito. Listen up, girl. I'm going to give it to you straight here. Okay. When you're out on your deck at your, you know, your resort house, your summer home, or whatever you call it, there, and you see across the lagoon that beautiful rainbow flag that so offends you, here's what I want you to do, okay? Do a longer than usual blink as you turn 180 degrees, and then walk real fast the other way. And you haven't spent any money. It's cost effective. It doesn't hurt anybody. You just close your eyes, bitch. It's not hard.
Right.
I'm paying attention to y'all and not Charles.
Business. God damn it. Let people live in fucking peace. Fly you whatever fucking flag you want, but people are going to call you out for being a fucking asshole because you are being one.
Well,
no, she just wants her husband to go across the river and roadhouse that guy.
So you see, there's a problem with that because she's not one of us. Her husband is a Supreme Court justice. She's special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God! It's like the opposite of lives. I'm sorry, I'm eating ice cream. You guys are gonna hear me choke on it a little bit.
I'm just laughing at the deer. Like, I keep messing this mission up because I'm talking to y'all, and then I keep getting put back here with the epileptic deer.
Mosian, you're doing fine.
It's outstanding. I like the fact that you've committed to Ben & Jerry's for dinner.
Dude, it's called Caramel Sutra, and it's amazing. I didn't hop up here with a topic. I hopped up here to see if you wanted me to read the ingredients.
I just came up here to brag about the ice cream that I'm eating that you're not.
Well, I mean, a little bit. In my defense, very high.
I'm having a German beer.
It's good when you have
speak.
the munchies.
All right. Oh my God. It's a godsend. It's got a caramel core in the center. Kidding me?
Oh my God.
Delicious. Sorry.
Is it?
Easy little thing IPA. Oh, nice. How's that?
Great.
Is it Chunky Monkey?
Okay.
Nick's is it Chunky Monkey?
Here's what's in it. It's called Caramel Sutra. Chocolate and caramel ice cream with fudge chips and a soft caramel core.
Oh my God. What time is dinner?
Right.
Fucking now, baby. Look at that.
Also, hope you don't mind me saying, your hair looks awesome today.
Thank you. It's all like, hold on. I'll do like a full bounce. Wait for it.
Oh, there you go.
Like Shirley Temple over here. And then I get stuck in the lip gloss, and I'm like, spider webs. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm not home right now.
We listened to that one earlier.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry we were late. We were jamming out so hard.
Whatever.
That's awesome.
We're
all right. For everyone listening and watching on the Discord, join us for debate night. Sure, we'll be doing something.
Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, so that's.
I'm making gumbo.
I think we're gonna do exactly this.
Is it Wednesday? Yes.
I'm making.
If the debate happens, yeah.
Yeah, I'm making gumbo, and it's gonna be awesome. Or I might order pizza.
I honestly am not going to do anything because I'm just 100% sure it's not going to happen.
Well, then we'll just have a fucking good time getting fat and drunk together. It'll be great.
As Biden debates an empty podium.
Yeah, right.
Let's say that midweek.
Yeah, make fun of Trump's empty podium. I hope Biden shows up and just, answers any questions that are lobbed at him.
Mm-hmm.
With Trump's empty podium.
I hope, even if they do cancel it, Biden shows up and they just do a town hall. Just ask him.
Absolutely.
Ask him the debate questions anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he goes and he talks about Project 2025.
Just the whole time.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing.
Just rails on it.
Be like, this is really important to talk about. Let's start the town hall. I'm going to give you like a rundown next 10, 15 minutes. We're going to talk about how scary this can get. Like, I would love to see that from, lead from the front, explain the danger. That's your job as Commander-in-Chief.
I would show up for that. Yeah, just Biden by himself.
Me too.
That'd be worth it.
God, yeah.
Like, I 100% think Trump's going to bitch out. I just have absolute surety that he will not be there.
I don't think he'll show up.
Yeah.
He can't even do his stump speeches for more than 45 minutes nowadays. The last few of them have been well under an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's running out of talking points. He can be like, he can sit there and talk about how Joe Biden has ruined this country only like X amount of times before everyone's like, is that why my 401k has never been better? And Fox can't help but like punch themselves in the dick every time they have to report the jobs report.
I know. It's a lovely thing.
Oh my God. I had a right-winger on Facebook fucking lose his mind at me because he said, oh, unemployment is at like a 1-year high. And I just like posted the report from the Department of Labor. It's like, no. And he just loses his goddamn mind. Like, tags me in like, I think it was like 15 messages when I didn't even respond. It's like, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. You're wrong. The economy's doing fine. You're just a bitch. And you can't admit that Biden's doing a good job. Like, if Trump had actually done a good job, I would say it.
Yeah.
Like, there was anything that Trump did well on, I would say it. And I think there were a couple of things where it's just like, oh, he did this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, that was fine. But like, it's like, you just can't admit it. You can never admit when you're wrong.
They're just real snowflakes.
I wasn't even a pro-Obama person, and I did not really like him that much. But it's like, he did the Iran deal, and it's like, dude, that was a really good fucking deal. He got something while he still could. Like, that was brilliant. And it's like, you have to admit that. That was fucking brilliant, but they won't. They won't admit when they're wrong.
Nope. Because they're babies.
Narcissistic collapse is a hell of a thing.
And I even reluctantly voted for Biden because, he had no real record. He was Obama's vice president, so I was like, I basically thought it would be like nothing was going to happen. And he's done really fucking well. Much better than I thought he would. So it's like, I've got to admit that.
Yep.
It's like, I guess I was just wrong. Whatever.
Well, I think we all thought that he really he did a lot more than any of us expected he would do. I mean, it was just amazing, and he inherited a total shit show with COVID and everything else, and he just absolutely, he's kicking it. He's kicking it.
Yeah. It's just like, I voted for him because I just wanted to get rid of the fucking orange shit stain. And when, it's like, oh, well, he's actually pleasantly done quite well.
Just quietly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think what he's done is he's just focused so forward on just doing the job, like not paying attention to the other shit, just doing the job. So when the time came that he had to do something like debate or whatnot, he can just simply stand on his merits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, my governor here in Colorado, I voted for the dude twice before I even knew what he looked like because he's that much just behind the scenes and just does his thing. And the first time I even knew what he looked like was in like the beginning of 21 when they put the mask mandates back on and he gave a speech, and I was like, oh, that's what Governor Polis looks like, you know? But the dude did a really good job. Colorado, if you look at the statistics, did way better than a lot of other states recovering from COVID. So it's just like the dude is kind of sitting there behind the scenes doing his job.
Well, it's because you didn't suffer fools.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of recovering from
the same way.
What was that, Tony?
Yeah. Speaking of recovering from COVID, I loved during COVID, they kept bringing up California as raw numbers of people catching COVID, just completely ignoring that we're one of the 2 largest states.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, look, 100,000 people caught COVID today. We're like, yeah, we have a lot of people in the state. And that's, now look at it per capita, and it never added up. And they went, oh, you're messing with the numbers. And they, again, just denying reality.
Yeah, it's like, unlike Jerkwater, Iowa, we actually have a population to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my governor was right on it, with COVID. Michelle Lujan Grisham, she's great. And she was right on it. She got the vaccines as soon as she could, and, even during the Trump era. I mean, she
Yeah. Well, I mean, during the Trump era, we had Jared Kushner trying to say that the ventilators that were shipped to Colorado that we had provisioned for us were his, and he could just take them. And Governor Polis told him to go piss up a rope.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Kushner's a murderer. He is an absolute ruthless killer, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that.
Well, he's in league with Saudi Arabia, which most of the Republicans are, because I was listening to a right-wing radio program today, and one of the hosts was missing because he was at the LIV golf tour. If you don't know what LIV is,
yeah.
Saudi Arabia trying to sports wash themselves, basically.
That's right.
What they've done, they're just like, oh, we'll sponsor a big sports event, and it'll make everybody forget that we're war criminals, that we're fucking terrorists. We are ISIS that made it.
Yep. We killed Khashoggi.
Killed Khashoggi, yeah. We did a genocide in Yemen that Trump helped us with.
Yes.
By the way. 85,000 people dead in Yemen that Trump supported.
Trump consulted with Xi to help build camps for the Uyghurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it was just before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we'll ever know exactly what those meetings were about, but,
Yep. I don't think it's a stretch of imagination.
It's not. He doesn't care about other people.
As long as he can get some money out of it.
Like, that's one thing I've learned about him in general. He does not care about other people. He does not care about anything, really. All the religious people,
they're just
including
marks.
my family, it just blows my mind that they think he's a man of God. Where I'm just like, yeah, Donald Trump believes in a God, and that God's name is Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump.
Like, that's it.
Donald Jessica Trump. Sorry.
Yep. That's a God. He looks at himself in the mirror and says, "You're my God."
Yeah. Like, seriously, look at Hitler. Like, I hate to bring up the comparisons to Hitler, but everyone talks about Hitler was an atheistic regime, and that's not at all true. He co-opted the churches, and what he believed in himself, I don't know, but he saw himself as some sort of Aryan blood myth god. Like, I don't know if he was a Catholic or whatever else he believed in, but
well, the big thing is he rode the persecution train. Like, I'm persecuted for my beliefs, blah blah blah, and then everybody's like, well, he's being persecuted for us because he loves this country so much, and that's exactly what they said. And then you watch those interviews at the Trump rally, and it's the exact words,
same deal,
same words,
and
same
you
exact
see him
words.
Talk about the Bible, where he's like, what's your favorite verse? Oh, they're all good. Or, what are you, New Testament or Old Testament?
Both.
Like equal. This is a 5th grader trying to give a book report and he didn't read the book.
Yes.
This is a book about Moby's dick and yeah.
It's a big white dick, apparently, yeah.
Dickie Mo.
Took off someone's leg, I don't know.
Anyway, as you were saying.
But he'd rather be electrocuted.
Yeah. And, someone who grew up in the church, who's now an atheist, where it's just like, I know so much more than not just Trump, but all of his followers about what the Bible actually says. And it's just abhorrent to me where you look at what they do and what they say, like Lauren Boebert today.
I know.
Talking about the 10 Commandments, when it's just like, you realize your son has 22 felony counts of theft against him?
Right, let's talk about and this is the son that is already at 18 years old a father, which is its own thing.
Yeah.
But he stole $75, which I think was like all she had left in her account. She was a fucking cancer patient.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it with Republicans and stealing from cancer patients?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or sick dogs or veterans or, any vulnerable demographic.
Yeah, and Jesus even said, he's like, how dare you look and criticize the mote in your brother's eye when there's a beam in your own eye.
Exactly.
That's exactly what she's doing. And the whole stealing from cancer patients thing, like, I would fucking murder that dude with my own bare hands because, well, most of you that know me know why. You don't fuck with cancer patients.
No. I wish somebody would just go up and tell her to shut the fuck up,
That's a lot of
We have decorum.
She needs a for real come to Jesus moment. And if you're from the South, you understand what I'm talking about. She needs a for real come to Jesus moment. I'll take her in the back room and give her one myself.
Hey, they told Nick Fuentes to shut the fuck up, and he bitched about it all weekend. Great.
Oh, did he? Bless his heart. What's a beautiful, great. Did he cry?
Poor baby.
Fucking cried.
Did he cry while he clicked onto, porn again? Just
immediately
crying and wanking for hours live on
immediately had to, as soon as the stream ended, it was like not even like a hat, like he had it ready to go. I'm sure he had his pants around his ankles.
Yep.
Did he cry more than when Sneeko got his fucking tooth knocked out?
Dude, I've been watching the video over and over because it's like a straight up Superman punch.
I love it. Yeah, that is.
It's great. It was great.
That's what it's called in MMA, even just a Superman punch. Jump, shoot your other leg back so you get momentum, and just wham right in the fucking teeth.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can crunch the abs and then crunch the other side real quick.
Yeah.
Like
the momentum balance is taking your foot back. There's an absolutely awesome MMA Superman punch. It's Anthony Pettis versus Stephen Thompson. It's literally the only time Stephen Thompson's ever been knocked out in his career. Anthony Pettis knocks him the fuck out with a Superman punch like that. It's pretty funny. He just runs up off the cage and just bam, out. It's a really great fight.
Write those names down for me at some point because I want to see that. That sounds amazing.
I'm a martial artist, so I watch this shit. So it's exciting to me. Maybe not to anybody else, but I'll post the clip. Maybe I can find it.
Okay. Listen, guys, I've got to jump. Should I just press that red button?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
That'll disconnect you from the whole thing.
Yeah, we got about 5 more minutes on this
It's good to
stream, and then
talk
we're
to
going to call
y'all.
it a day.
Yep. Have a good night.
And good night to you all. Have a good night, and we'll talk tomorrow.
The pleasure was ours.
Bye-bye.
Later, skater. I'm apparently supposed to do something in this cornfield, and I found my boy.
I was gonna say, are you lost in corn?
No, I found my boy, and I think it's just glitching the fuck out.
In the maze.
I don't know why it's glitching. Oh, because I was supposed to run into this dick on my sock.
He's mine. Let me take him. Get out of here. You're not my friend. He's not your friend.
I'm not your friend, guy. I'm not your buddy, friend.
Come on. You should have taken the money. No, I'm a fool.
Is it buddy, guy, pal?
I'm not your pal, friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your guy, bud. Oh, hold on, fuck.
Wait a minute.
Not your pal, friend.
There it is. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Did we do it? I feel like we're
getting there.
We did it.
It's circular.
That's what I was trying to do. I was like, we gotta close the loop. We can do this.
I can't wait for the excuses they're going to make for the debate. The excuse that he doesn't show up, or the excuse that he's going to fucking eat. And they're already pulling out. Brandon is on drugs. They're already pulling out that I think they're going to try to pull RFK into it because RFK is complaining.
Oh, well, they have to say that he's on drugs because, it can never be that, he actually just had a good debate performance, just like, stab in the back theory. It's never like their fault.
Yeah.
Like, are these the same drugs that cause him to run the courts?
Is it the same drugs that causes him to convict his own son? That's when you know you've lost the plot, is when you're like making up triple conspiracies.
Are these the same drugs that give him a photographic memory? Like Robert Hur admitted to.
Ooh, pick up rare rolling block rifle. Don't mind if I do. I think it's a good place to end the stream right about here.
Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yeah, it's a good time, everybody.
It's been 2 hours? Hold on, Maddie.
I know that flew by.
Guess we'll soon find out.
And as always, thanks for joining us. And if you give a damn about your democracy, make sure you tune into the Tony Michaels podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you crazy kids later. Thanks for joining us in another fucking thing live.
Later, democracy.